Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My aim is to describe you the software tool TreeCheck Pro as an innovative tool for adaptive urban planning. I would like to walk you through the possibilities of this tool and introduce you to several case studies on how to use it. Greenery in cities has a number of positive functions which we refer to as eco-benefits. It actively cools down its surroundings, which counteracts the effect of the heat island of cities. It stores carbon in its tissues, which is the element responsible for what we call climate change today. It captures dust particles that have a very negative effect on the respiratory system of people. It reduces the noise load of given location. And we mustn't forget that it works as an aesthetic element and supports and develops what we call the biodiversity of the environment. Within our project, we struggled with two positions. One side of the matter is to understand that something somehow is. But completely different story is when we need to prove things, calculate with them, and include them in some decision-making processes. We approach the problem in such a way that we are not limited by the input parameters. We are thus able to deploy our software product from the stage when we do not have any specialized data to the level when data from dendrological surveys, greenery passport and other professional documents enter the system. We have divided the entire user interface into three levels. The first level is based on the analysis of orthophoto maps using artificial intelligence and allows for a simple analysis of the area but without reference to other documents. We are thus able to analyze all the greenery in the area of interest, which means not just the part that is, for example, owned by the city and is the content of the greenery passport or dendrological survey. The output of this level is the division of surfaces into different types, which have different characteristics from the point of view of the cooling function. We are able to perform this analysis on maps from various sources.
Na všech disponibilních podkladech, které dneska pro Českou republiku a další partnerské země jsou zpracované.
The recognition success rate is over 90%, which is a very good result.
Velmi dobrá. V rámci druhé úrovně
In the second level of investigation, data from quantitative records, which we refer to as the green passport, enter the calculation.
U pasportu zeleně máme k dispozici.
Now we have already available descriptions of individual elements, area, point and lines, in terms of their character and partly quality.
Částečně kvality, takže máme například rozdělení keřů.
We are thus able to calculate their cooling function with significantly higher accuracy.
Při transpiraci, při ochlazovací funkci jsme schopni už počítat výrazně vyšší přesností.
The output of second level of analysis is a heat map which specifies the effectiveness of the cooling function for individual squares of the area of interest, and we are able to globalize and connect this information to a higher level of detail. In the third level of assessment, qualitative records come into play, called dendrological survey.
Protože tady už se bavíme o tom nejhodnotnějším, nejfunkčnějším.
Here we deal with the most important element from the point of view of evapotranspiration, the tree population.
Popsat nejenom to vlastní chování.
We are able not only to describe the effectiveness of individual trees included into calculation, but we are also able to comment on their vulnerability analysis and perform a simple cost-benefit analysis at this level.
Jak už jsem tedy řekl, jsme schopni analyzovat ty tři základní typy zeleně, čili stromy.
We are thus able to analyze the three basic types of greenery, trees, shrubs and grass, with varying degrees of accuracy. From estimation at the first level to the most detailed approach, where we are able to describe the behavior of individual trees.
kdy jsme schopni skutečně popisovat jednotlivá individua. Našeho nástroje TreeCheck Pro.
The use of TreeCheck Pro begins with registration, which gives the user access to the system.
Přístup k veškerým funkcím.
The easiest way is to use the calculator.
Je kalkulačka, která umožňuje
After specifying the location and type of the element and filling its qualitative parameters, it enables to obtain information on efficiency both in physical unit and also in conversion to financial expression.
vlastně měnových jednotek.
Next tool is a territory analysis based on imported maps.
Předběžný propočet, analýza území již na základě.
The result of the analysis is a heat map which shows the area in terms of the cooling efficiency of individual squares.
Jednotlivých čtverců při plnění ochlazovací funkce. Tím asi
The tool which enables the deepest level of analysis is the planning interface.
Je plánovací funkce, kdy je možné
Here it is possible to carry out the detailed analysis according to all available documents after selecting an area. Both orthophoto maps and imported data from inventories are used.
Pomocí importovaných dat, buď z pasportu zeleně nebo z dendrologického.
First, a detailed calculation of the defined territory is provided, followed by the possibility of defining scenarios. There can be 3 scenarios defined, and they can include variant modifications of the given territory. The analysis works not only with the calculation of the current state, but also enables the modeling of expected development in the future.
Ukázat, jakým způsobem se
That is how the cooling function will develop in time with the planting of new elements, especially trees and shrubs.
týká vysazovaných stromů a keřů.
Now I would like to show you several case studies where we use this logic. The first case was the territory damaged by the tornado that hit parts of the Czech Republic in June 2021. It left behind enormous damage not only on property, but also on greenery.
Srovnání území před
A comparison of the state of the area before and after the tornado hit shows that the change in the cooling capacity of the landscape decreased by up to 90% in the axis where the main wind vortex passed.
Právě díky ztrátě vlastně kompletní stromové populace v tom území, kudy ta hlavní vlastně osa toho tornáda procházela.
Here you can see a location in the village Mikulčice before and after the intervention, where the analysis shows that the original level of the cooling function can only be restored by massive planting of trees.
Úroveň ochlazovací funkce lze nahradit pouze opravdu.
Unfortunately, it is not feasible in the given area in the foreseeable future. Only on this location 800 trees would have to be planted, which will only reach their original functionality after 20 years.
Po 20 letech by docílili vlastně té původní funkčnosti daného území. Druhou případovou studií je
The second case study is a location where a private developer is considering a new building activities, where a middle-aged oak stands in the way.
A v cestě developerskému plánu stál středněvěký dub. My když jsme vlastně uvažovali
When analyzing the variance, one of the options considered was the transplanting of the tree to a new location.
které je ovšem vysoce ekonomicky náročné.
It is, however, a very demanding act.
Srovnávací výpočty hodnoty
Calculations of the value of the tree in questions by conventional methods have not been able to demonstrate the value of the tree at a level that would justify these costs.
Tak výsledky vlastně nebyly přesvědčivé. Stále jsme se bavili o stovkách tisíc maximálně.
The change in approach was the quantification of the eco-benefits of the given tree, which showed that the effectiveness of influencing the surrounding environment by the tree fully justifies the costs spent on its preservation.
Řády stovek tisíc, nebo efektivitu v řádech stovek tisíc ten strom má, ale každý rok. Takže v rámci jeho života, řádově 75 let.
The estimated lifetime of the tree, with the calculation of the financial level of its cooling function, was the information that convinced the investor of the desirability of replanting the tree and saving it from being cut down.
Ale jít do náročného, ale efektního projektu jeho přesadby. Takže tolik jenom velmi krátce.
So much for the software TreeCheck Pro, which we believe will find its position among industry tools and will become an important tool thanks to which we will be able to better appreciate the value of trees in urbanized areas.
Děkuji za pozornost.